Charles IV.
Et salut.
One ale, as usual.
Yeah, give me a minute. Aye, I'll be back in 2 days. Here you are. And good health.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you know Lubosh?
A bit of a lost soul.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
May the Lord watch over you.
That'd be a shame.
Je peux pas m'asseoir à côté.
I'd like a beer. One ale over here, please.
I'm sorry I can't tell you
One
everything,
beer.
but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
Help for me.
With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Here.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning.
I'll bring it right away.
They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, the girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
Trincon, mais on
Well,
a toujours
we've
pas
had an
bu, quoi.
agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
You're just making excuses. The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry. You have no idea how wrong you are.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. Tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days, and stories from real life with a nice moral to them are popular as well, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable well in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ouais, mais on en parle, mais...
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Ah, on va avoir un son coupé sur YouTube.
Enough of this.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Come on then, bailiff.
I'm...
Putain, je me fight contre deux là. Voilà, plus qu'un. Vas-y, ouvre.
Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
La gueuse. T'es en pleine nuit.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Eh ben, on s'amuse bien. Ah Peggy 18.
Mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Je vais être banni de Twitch. Ah, je marche plus très droit là.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you?
Qui êtes-vous?
Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How?
Moi je t'ai déjà bien aidé, non?
Can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once, the confessional seal isn't so
C'est
sacred?
exactement ce que j'ai pensé.
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
On a souvent plus de vin que de... Ok. J'ai perdu en agilité, du coup je peux pas utiliser mon épée. Ouais, bah ouais, mais... Mais j'aurais pas le temps de lire tout ça. Attendez, ils sont tous partis. Hop. Ouais, j'ai bien compris qu'il fallait que je me grouille. C'est où? Et non, mais c'est... Je me suis perdu. Je me suis perdu, putain. Casse les couilles. Pourquoi perte de réputation? J'ai fait ce qu'on j'ai fait ce qu'on m'a demandé.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pole.
Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
Il y a full musique.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris
Filis
et Filii
et
et
Spiritus
Spiritus
Sancti.
Sancti.
Amen.
Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuha. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here
Il y a
today
le
in
vomi au
my
bout de la
stead
gorge.
and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably
Because.
know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
Boy has a cheek.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue, so are we commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, They keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Oi! All honor to Godwin! Let him drink like one of us!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, Dapples.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm glad
silver
he
tongue.
came here. Don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin,
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you,
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
so I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Is that right? What's he done now? As usual, he had a few too many in the tavern one evening. Only this time the bailiff got involved. I read it soon. Godwin took on him. Then some other fellows joined in, and soon the whole place was in an uproar. When the fight was over,
J'ai la gueule de bois. C'est parti. Par contre, c'est 100% des devs, ça. Je serais curieux de voir qui sonne les cloches. J'ai l'impression personne, mais... Ah, c'est bien ça. Ah oui, d'accord. Bon. Je crois que je sais pas, je suis trop bourré. Déjà c'est un difficile, mais en plus... J'aimerais pouvoir utiliser l'échelle. Voilà, pour éviter de faire ça, par exemple. Au hasard. Hein. Putain. Y a pas de forge, je crois. Le bonus doublé quand même.
radishes. God's sake.
Je suppose que... Ouais. Mais ce que je supposais... Bon. Le palefrenier... Voilà, on a une boutique, donc potentiellement un truc général. C'est ça.
What do you need?
Ah oui. Ouais. Le problème dans tout ça, c'est que... Ça me donne une bonne armure de tête, mais ça me donne une tête de con surtout. Vas-y, je vois à perte, mais bon, c'est pas grave. Il y a un magasin ici, c'est quoi? Non, c'est pas lui. C'est lui. Primeur, ok, ça m'intéresse pas. Ah, il faut aller voir le palefrenier qui se trouve là-bas. Il y avait un truc aussi sur la route. C'est là. Ça? Non, c'est plus haut. Ça doit être un forgeron, ça. C'est un charcutier? Enfin, c'est un boucher, c'est un charcutier. Le maquignon. Ouais, il est où? Ah, il est là.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for the local...
Well, you found him. What can I...
The lady Stephanie of Talmberg sent me. She said you have a roan ready for her.
Well... Chamberlain Dietrich said someone would come. We have him here, but if he's ready, I can't say. That miserable horse will let you saddle him and walk him around the courtyard, but as soon as someone sits on him, he goes completely wild.
That horse is supposed to be presented at a noble woman's wedding. It probably won't be appropriate if he makes a spectacle of his rider. Is there anything I can do?
Try asking Vasha. For some reason, that devil horse listens to him. Then take the horse with you. Dietrich's arranged everything. Good luck to you.
Any work going?
Enough for a dozen men. You could take the place of that useless stick.
What happened?
Did he just found out that he lost our pie? No, Pie was our fastest stallion.
Oh.
He fell, banged his head, and the horse bolted. Can you fathom it? A stable hand falling off a horse. And then Pie took off at a gallop.
Well, I can't...
That would be nice of you. If there's anything you need to know, ask that.
Right.
God be with you.
Ah oui, non, j'ai déjà plus d'argent. Oui, non, mais attends, d'abord je vais aller voir.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I heard you have a way with the horse that unsaddles everyone else.
Yes. I suppose I do.
And how do you do it? How do you calm him down?
I'm good to him.
Well, I want to treat the horse well too. But I don't know how, because I don't know him as well as you do. Will you help me?
I sing to him.
You sing to him? What?
2 horses come roaming in the merry month of May to graze in the shade of the apple tree there. The first one is brown.
Ah, je vais être encore de nouveau censuré, putain.
Which shall I ride to my maiden so fair?
That's, interesting.
I know how it looks, but he likes it.
Thank you, Vashek. I'd like you to
Certainly.
I'm interested...
All right. Now pay... God be with you.
So, boy, want me to sing? You're definitely the first horse I've ever serenaded.
Oula, il y a un problème de son.
Horses come roaming in the merry month of May, graze in the shade of the apple tree there.
Yeah.
First one a brown and second is gray. Which shall I ride to my maiden so fair?
Wow. You still gonna throw me off?
Yeah.
This'll be the crossroads. So where did Pi go?
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ouh. Un super barque. Attends, pourquoi là c'est pillé? Ah aussi c'est pillé. Attends, je sauvegarde. Est-ce que j'ai le droit de fouiller devant eux? Ça a pas l'air de les gêner plus que ça.
Mother of God. What's going on there? Hey, who's there?
On sent que ça les gêne un peu quand même, mais qui sont mitigés. Est-ce qu'ils balancent des petits boosters? Mais bon, sans plus quoi. C'était un paysan. Attention. Attention. Alors, on a gagné un niveau en équitation. Toujours surprenant le cheval qui pop. Je dois aller où? D'accord, donc ça c'est le fléau. Ici, je dois acheter du vin. Bon, on va aller... espérant ne pas me faire attaquer sur la route. Oh, il y a une ville ici, là, putain. J'aurais mieux fait de le faire à cheval, du coup. J'aurais découvert une nouvelle ville. Je l'ai abîmé. Je l'ai réparé. Il me faudrait un endroit où dormir. Oh! M'en fallait une. Mais il est encore debout, lui.
The Lady of Talmberg sent me. She wants me to find out why the crown's been delayed.
Through no fault of ours, I can tell you that. We had a large stone ordered for mounting on the crown,
a beautiful Moldavite from South Bohemia that we had cut and polished in Prague. But, well, in short, the good merchant, Martin Wiesek, who was supposed to bring it from Prague, got lost along the way. It's like the ground swallowed him up.
Lady Stephanie won't be happy.
Look, we've got something else here we can replace the stone with, but I'm sure even you can see it's not worthy of a noble wedding, and definitely not worthy of our fine craftsmanship. Oh, if I only had someone who'd try to find the Moldavite.
Why don't you just ask me? Of course I'll try to find the stone. Just tell me where the fellow was seen last.
That fellow, as you call him, the esteemed merchant, Martin Wiesek, was last seen riding alongside the Sassau River, passing by the footbridge over the ford, to the west of here. Evidently, he never made it to Sassau town.
Well, I'll look for him, but he could be far over the mountains by now. Or under the ground.
Good luck to you. May the Lord watch over you.
Est-ce que je peux lui voler ses coffres à lui? Où est-ce qu'il va m'entendre? Parce que j'ai vu qu'il y avait beaucoup de coffres. Rien qui m'intéresse. Ah. Ça m'intéresse. Rien qui m'intéresse. Et alors là, plus délicat. Ah oui, là on est sur... Et sur des vêtements qui valent de la thune. Tac. Et là, très très compliqué. Ok. Il m'a pas entendu. Et c'est possible, très difficile à ouvrir actuellement ou... C'est possible. Document du graveur. C'est lié à une quête. Alors, je vais pas la toucher parce que si c'est... Ok. Ce que j'allais dire, si c'est lié à ma quête. Par contre, il faut que je dorme. J'ai pas de... J'ai pas de lieu où dormir. Ce qui est problématique. Où est mon cheval? On va sauvegarder parce que je sais pas ce qui nous attend. Y a pas d'auberge dans le coin? Ça me semble... Si, ça c'est une auberge, ça. En bas. Ici. Plus.
Henry! Here! Henry! Here! We've known each other our whole lives, near enough. Welcome, Henry!
Eh, mais c'est mes potes, ça.
Is he ignoring us? Henry! Here! I can't believe it. We've known each other our whole lives, near enough.
Ils ont survécu?
I'm glad to see you.
Matthew! Fritz! You're alive!
Of course we're alive. You can't get rid of us that easily.
I'm almost surprised how happy I am to see the pair of you are all right.
We are now. But we barely made it.
Yeah, it was hard. Fritz ran like a little girl.
Really? Bollocks! Bloody joker.
Tell us what happened to you.
They gave me a pretty good thrashing as well. It was only in Rat-Eye that I got back in my right mind.
And I see you're not doing too badly for yourself. What are you up to?
Right now, I'm a squire for Sir Radzig.
I see you've worked your way up.
And how are you two getting by?
It's shit.
You said it. We're still chopped off to bits. Owe the monastery a bundle. And there's no work here.
Not for anyone with more than half a brain, anyway.
Vous toujours été fainéant, mais la charpenterie recoute.
No one's interested in two good carpenters in Sasau.
No one.
And we looked everywhere.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of anything?
It will really help us out right now.
I'll find you something. You can rely on me.
Thanks, Henry.
We'll pay off the debt. Don't you worry.
Where would they hire you to?
Well, we were carpenters in the mines, so wherever they work with wood, I suppose. Forget about construction. After Skalitz, no one will be building for a long time. Just here in Sassau, and they don't want us here. The best chance we have is to work at a mill. People always have to eat. Ideally, we're looking for a job that pays a lot and doesn't require much work.
What other neighbours of ours made it?
Your hunker's in the monastery. That girl really helped us out. That's about all we know. When we ran for it, we helped Teresa, but who knows where she is now? We got separated.
I owe my life to Teresa. She hauled me unconscious to the mill in Ratai and nursed me back to health.
I'm glad she survived. Since you know her so well, why not try asking her if she knows about any work? I'll be with you.
God be with you. Good luck to you.
Can I sleep here?
Certainly. For how long?
Just the one night?
Sure. But let's see your coin first.
Here you are.
2, ça va.
You'll like it here.
Where do I go?
On the upper floor of the inn. The second door.
La deuxième porte en haut.
Farewell.
Une, 2. C'est pas très propre. Ah, les coffres sont communicants? Merde, j'ai pris quelque chose que je voulais pas. J'adore cette musique. On va boire un petit coup avant d'aller se coucher. Et on va se pioncer. Alors, hop, on va récupérer toute notre énergie. Hein. On va se lever aux erreurs. « 70 en confort, le lit, quand même. Hein. Alors, qu'est-ce que je peux lire du coup? Bon, ça c'est de la merde. Ça, je les valide juste pour que comme ça quand j'ai à... Ah bah ça sert dans la lecture, ok. Que comme ça quand je tombe sur un marchand qui vend des cartes, je me trompe pas. Bon, ça c'est un livre de merde. Oh, c'est un livre de merde. Ça va être toujours pour la lecture quoi, mais... Ok, donc lui il faut que je l'étudie. Ah, il y a une compétence à avoir là. On avait dit 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Donc, il y a un truc que je pourrais pas prendre. Je pense que ça sera ça. J'étais en train de lire mon premier livre. Merci pour le follow, Mr. Rabids. Et bonjour à toi. Alors, mon premier livre, du coup, c'est lu. Tranchant comme une lame, on peut le lire. Salut Toshiro. Comment vous allez? La vie à la taverne, bien sûr. On va arrêter de lire parce que j'aimerais quand même faire la quête en plein jour. T'es con. Hop, l'appel. Attends. Ça. Hercule et son régime. Crochet. Carte au trésor, les bandages. Ça. Nécessaire de forgeron, même si... Oh, je pense que j'ai peut-être des trucs à réparer. Ok. Merde, pourquoi je quitte? Ça améliore mon niveau de lecture. Oui, je voulais aller voir. Tac, nécessaire de forgeron. Paf, paf, paf. Nécessaire d'armure. Paf, paf. J'ai pas encore le niveau pour les réparer plus. C'est le même truc. Ah, cordonnier. Paf, paf. Donc ça rejoint... Hop. J'aurais pas dû... Ah, tout ce qui est volé, on va y foutre dans le cheval. Ça, on y garde. Ça, c'est volé. Ça me fait gagner 1 en charisme, ça fait perdre 1 dans toutes les armures et 1 en visibilité. Ça semble quand même mieux ça. Faudra les réparer par contre. Gant de chasseur, c'est bon. Ok. Au niveau des armes, alors l'arc coupant. Moins long et adapté à l'utilisation à dos de cheval, sa forme doublement recourbée compense son manque de puissance. Pour abattre n'importe quel poids, elle peut venir à bout d'un cerf de 80. D'accord. Ouais, de toute façon, faut que je les répare. Hop, on a des flèches. Merde. Non. Tac, des flèches à stocker. Bah, je suis toujours beaucoup trop lourd. Hein. Bien sûr. Allez, on va jusqu'au forgeron comme ça. C'est possible, je le jure. Je le jure, c'est possible. Oui, c'est un DLC, le chien. Exactement. Mais c'est... Il est où? Il est derrière. C'est très très fort. C'est genre vraiment très très fort. Parce que souvent la difficulté du jeu se retrouve dans le fait que tu es en infériorité numérique. Bah du coup tu peux utiliser le chien pour, pour justement distraire les ennemis, les attraper. Plus en plus tu améliores le chien, plus... Alors, je sais pas si c'est des perks que j'ai mis avec les mods d'ailleurs, les trucs du chien ou pas. Je pense pas, parce que il est capable de faire des trucs, ça serait pas animé. Mais c'est pas là, je crois, le forgeron, c'est plus loin. Mais c'est très fort pour la chasse. C'est un très très bon chasseur. T'as ce chemin incroyable à pied. Voilà, les gens qui veulent plus de jeux réalistes, il faut se déplacer comme ça en permanence. Voilà. Je vous le dis. Hein. C'est lui le forgeron. Ou alors non, c'est lui là-bas. C'est lui là-bas. T'es qui toi? T'es l'échec. Bonjour monsieur. Ne partez pas. Oh putain, il a que 400. Aïe 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 aïe. Rude. Coup dur pour Henri. Oh, mais j'ai un meilleur arc ici. Attends, 11-8, 10-6, 17. Ok. La bague en argent, on va la garder parce que ça coûte rien. La bière, on va s'en débarrasser parce on boit du vin, nous. On boit pas de la bière. Oh putain, ça coûte une fortune. Donc, qu'est-ce qui est le plus lourd ? En plus, ça vaut rien du tout. Oui, il y a des erreurs. Il y a des petites erreurs et des petites... voilà, mais c'est plutôt pas mal. C'est plutôt... On est plutôt dans le haut, quoi. On est plus dans le haut du panier que dans le bas. Je me demande si je prendrais pas un bouclier, d'ailleurs, avec toutes ces conneries, parce que... ça nous permettrait de nous défendre peut-être un peu mieux. Ah, si je lui achète ça, du coup, il a plein de fric. Je vais lui acheter ça. Qu'est-ce que je peux prendre comme bouclier? Oh, peut-être pas, je sais pas. Qu'est-ce que j'ai vu comme erreur? Je me souviens plus. Je sais, c'est pas spécialement moi, hein, d'ailleurs, c'est plutôt les historiens et tout ça, mais bon, hors le fameux truc qui a fait polémique, comme quoi y a pas de noir ou d'arabe dans le jeu. Bon, oui, il y aurait pu y en avoir soit en esclave, soit en marchand. Mais c'était pas la norme et donc du coup c'est anecdotique. Oh, ça vaut très très cher ça. Allez, je suis pile à 400. J'ai un bouclier. Faut que je me rappelle plus de ce qu'il y avait. Qu'est-ce que j'ai acheté? Un fer à cheval. Ouais, avec le contexte actuel, si tu mets une personne en tant qu'esclave dans le jeu, tu pourrais être considéré comme raciste. Oui, après, David Cage l'a fait. Je veux dire, dans... Putain, comment il s'appelle le dernier jeu, là, Detroit Become Human. Quand tu mets un robot serviteur noir... Voilà. Tu l'as fait. Mais oui, bah... De toute façon... par contre, je suis encore trop lourd. Hein. Je suis encore trop lourd. Attends, il y en a deux? C'est le même... Ouais, d'accord, c'est le même magasin. C'est un magasin pour deux. Je voulais réparer des trucs. Ah bah du coup... Est-ce que du coup ils ont de l'argent? Je vais marchander quand même parce que là ça fait cher. Un petit 245 ça me paraît honnête. Du coup est-ce que t'as de la thune? Eh oui! Ah génial. On va mettre au plus lourd. Ah le bouclier ça pèse 10 hein. Ouais mais ça coûte trop cher. Faut d'abord se débarrasser de ce qui coûte pas trop cher. Enfin ce qui pèse mais qui vaut pas cher. Mais je pense que si tu cherches sur internet Kingdom Come Deliverance erreur historique et que tu vas pas sur un site gauchiste, tu trouveras. Je vais enlever ça et on sera bon. Et on sera bon. Il va falloir que je trouve d'autres vendeurs. Bon. Il est quelle heure? 15h. D'où mon cheval? Voilà. Du coup... Ça va couper. Hein. Je sais, putain, je me rappelle plus pourquoi, mais je me rappelle que les historiens qui ont été pris pour faire Kingdom Come c'était plein en fait que on vende le jeu en disant que c'était historiquement très fidèle et au final qu'ils n'avaient pas été tant écoutés que ça ou je sais plus. Mais moi je trouve qu'il y a quand même pas mal de choses. Bah, honnêtement on a rarement, on n'a jamais eu aussi proche. T'es où? Il doit y avoir un campement, faut que je fasse attention. Je vais sauvegarder. Mais le jeu en termes de jeu par contre est extraordinaire. Moi j'adore ce jeu. Même si j'ai des bugs, je sais pas, mon personnage je sais pas si ça vient de la manette. Who's there? Ils sont que deux. Ah putain. Je suis bloqué. Je suis bloqué. Je suis bloqué. Mais ah ouais, tu m'as vu. Mais qu'est-ce que. Pourquoi je. Ah, il y en avait un. Attends, qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Pourquoi je me suis pris un coup dans le dos? Ah bah le crochetage, oui, le tout début, il est hardcore. L'eau, on va la récupérer, les flèches, on récupère. Ça vaut toujours pas mal de thunes. Pour un poids relativement sympathique. Donc je viens d'acheter un bouclier, il y a un bouclier là. Hein. C'est fort le bouclier en vrai. Oh, ça vaut cher ça. Ça aussi, ça vaut cher, ça aussi. Ça va. Ça, c'est ok. Oh, une hache, je sais que ça vaut rien. Je crois qu'on a retrouvé le marchand. Bah, les combats, ce que j'aime bien dans les combats à l'épée, c'est le fait que on va tout stocker. C'est le fait que tu saches pas te battre au début. C'est tout con. C'est vraiment tout con. Mais je trouve ça hyper malin en fait. Alors, en plus, c'est un meilleur bouclier que le bouclier que je viens d'acheter. Super. Vraiment le gaspillage d'argent, quoi. Attends, là, ça veut dire que si tu sais pas crocheter... Tu vois, j'ai un problème. T'as vu, ça se TP. Mon truc se TP, en fait. Je sais pas si c'est ma manette qui déconne ou... Je sais pas quel est le problème. Cierge d'hôtel de France. Ah, moi je récupère ça. Quand même. Ah vas-y, on récupère tout. Ouais. Je trouve que c'est des vêtements... Je suis trop lourd. Le cierge de l'hôtel de France, on va le garder avec nous. Oui, puis tu connais même pas... alors ça c'est tout con, mais tu connais pas les techniques de contre tant que tu les as pas apprises. Il faut retourner à l'entraînement les demander en fait. On te les apprend pas de base. Hop.
Good boy. That's my boy. Look
J'ai
what
de la
I've got
bouffe
for
pour lui.
you, lovely.
Ouais, je pense que c'est bien ce qui me sert. Bon, mon cheval là.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh là là.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Puis l'histoire du jeu aussi, les quêtes sont bien écrites, tout est vraiment très 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 sympa dans le jeu en fait. Mais c'est typiquement le genre de jeu où je pense que beaucoup peuvent s'arrêter dès le début et passer à côté de beaucoup de choses en fait. Là on a fait la quête avec le prêtre ou le curé là qui se bourre la gueule, enfin c'est trop marrant. On sent d'ailleurs qu'ils aiment pas trop l'église hein. Non. Ah. Il y a Florian
I'm
et
honored
Jérôme.
that you should come to me.
Par contre, ils sont en pyjama, on sait pas pourquoi.
About that moldavite we discussed.
Yes. Do you have some news?
Yes. The good news is I found Vizek.
That sounds like cause for rejoicing, but how come he isn't with you?
That's the bad news. He didn't survive.
Merciful God. He was a good and highly respected man. I will pray for his soul. Anyway, let me see the stone, if you would be so kind.
Of course. Here it is.
Excellent. It looks undamaged. I'll get straight to work. You can come for the finished crown tomorrow evening. Take care now. What do you think this is, an inn? Get the hell out of here. Hey, do you think you own the place, snoring here? Clear off. I'm honored that you...
What about the...
I seem to recall telling you exactly when the crown will be... God be with you.
What about...
I seem to recall... Good luck to you. I'm honored that you...
What about the crown?
I'm a man of my word. Thank the Lord you found that mold of... God be with you.